see. Let me do a little bit more research, see what I can do. Let me think about it, and give you a call back. Is that fair? All right. Thank you. Bye for now.
Good job. How much did he want? How much?
50,000 down. 50,000 down on the 285 house.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I know.
That is not gonna work. But hey, he could be a what lead would that be? That'd be a
So
B
it might
lead,
be a
right?
B lead. That might be a B
Definitely.
lead.
Definitely be. I swear I've been using that a lot lately, and man, it's just made things so much simpler. So that is pretty cool. So what the fuck is going on with my shit here? Okay. I wanted to play this thing that Justin did today.
We're playing a game.
No. I just wanted to, because it has everything to do with what I want to talk about. So let's see. Share screen. Share. Give me a couple minutes, actually. So hey, so tell me what is working and not working for you guys? What do you think?
Automated REI scrapes. That's working.
Are working? Yeah, I agree. I'm with you there. What about everything else? Like, where do you feel that you could or anybody could change things or like how are you looking at things from a standpoint of how are you feeling about everything, I guess, basically right now?
Well, I think growth takes time, and I feel like every obstacle or every level that I surpass, there's that new challenge. And before, like, the challenge was not getting ghosted and getting things signed. So you get surpassed that. Then all of a sudden, the next challenge is going to the bank with a contract, which is my biggest challenge because I didn't go to the bank on a lot of the contracts I had.
I'm with you, and I think that is a big thing for me too. I've gotten a ton of contracts over the last few months that I haven't been able to close on. So, there's why if I look at it and I take the, look in the mirror, obviously, and say, why did this happen? Or how come I wasn't able to do that or whatever, I think it comes to like just not taking care of the details, right? Like really just not taking for me at least, So Mag, where are you at? Like where do you feel you're at right now and where would you like to be? And like what, like what's working for you and what's not working for you?
Good. Yeah, great question. I think for me what's working is this calls. I think we are holding each other accountable and basically making calls. And I have a sheet that I go through every day that I gotta mark it and put like 10 days, 10 calls a day. That's working for me, tracking my numbers. I think what's not working is basically the same thing what you guys said about surpassing the next phase, right? I think either the disposition, going to the bank. I'm not sure if it's the type of deals or I'm not sure if it's do we have to do more, like more calls, or maybe that's what it is, right? Maybe do more calls. But I think that's where we're getting stuck on myself.
Well, I agree with that too. I think that, so I talked to 13 sellers yesterday. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I only had, I have 2 pretty good follow-ups that I got to do. I did get a contract, but it was from a couple days before. So, so yeah, I think it is, like, I mean, and I think we can all pretty much say now that we're getting pretty damn comfortable talking on the phone, right? To the sellers, So,
yeah, that's a huge
Yeah,
level.
I feel that way. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just that this has helped out a lot. But this all kind of runs into kind of what I wanted to go over quite a bit today is about being accountable. I know we talked a little bit about it. Now my dog wants to go in and go out again.
So Mark, you said you haven't been able to close the deals for what reason?
All kinds of reasons. Probably just because they're not good enough deals.
Okay.
Like,
Deals that
Ken,
are deals that just. I mean,
So-
sometimes you get like I really could use Alan's example of that Arkansas deal. Like, I don't know why that place didn't close. I mean, there's something with it. Like if we look back on that deal, we had.
I found out. I talked to some people that work the area,
Uh-huh.
and he said that area was not desirable.
Really?
Yeah. He told me like what area to stay away from,
Oh yeah.
and he's like, yeah, you're in that pocket, and he's like, bro, you'd hang yourself if you had to manage this thing. I was like, okay.
Really?
So-
Well, there you go.
So let's pinpoint the problems, right? I think there we go. That's one problem, like desirable areas. So I got a contract that was the same, Mark. That one that I put on the contract was the same. So how do we fix that, right? So basically what I did was I went to, and I told you this, I went to ListSource and I did the ListSource hack where I went in and try to find out all my hot zip codes. So now I'm going this way, what else do you think, could be a possibility that these deals were not closing from what your point of view? Because you put a lot of deals on the contract.
Well, I think a lot of it, I have to just look in the mirror too. And maybe I didn't just do a good enough job of marketing it to sell, because that's one thing that I don't like to do. Right. So I either have to figure a system to, have somebody else do it for me, or I need to just nut up and get in on it and deal with it, So, and these are all part of the things that I really want to like I was listening to something today or yesterday actually, it's about being accountable to other people, right? So, so I've got one person right now that I'm working with that I am accountable to for my weekly goals. So on Monday mornings, I write out my weekly goals and send them to her, and then we just kind of encourage each other to, make sure that we're kind of going through what it is that we're going through during the week. So there's other things that I need to be accountable for with other people, and that's what I want to do with you guys. So because I think if we could. Okay, so whatever it is. So for one thing, here's one of my problems. I'll talk to people during the day, get to the point to where I, just like what we do on the call outs. Hey, I'll call you back later today, or I'll write up a contract and send it over. And then, I do all my calls. It's 2:00 in the afternoon, and I'm all, fuck it. I don't feel like writing these contracts right now,
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I need somebody that's going to hold me accountable to that. So maybe that's you, Mag. I don't know, but
I'll do. Yeah. So how about we do this on the calls? At the end of the call, let's stop and see. Okay, how many contracts did you get?
Yeah.
And then you tell me, okay, I got 3 contracts today, and then Alan, I got 2 contracts today. Towards the end of the evening, I'll send you guys a text. Did you send out your contracts?
Yeah. So Alan, what we're talking about was this is one of my issues that I'm working on. Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. Just different areas of my business and my life that I want to be accountable in all, because it's like, if you're accountable to somebody else, you're so much more likely to do it, and us being in business for ourselves, we are going to, it's so easy to here's what I always say this shit to myself. So the other day I was
Just
at
to
the beach.
procrastinate.
Well, it's just like a perfect example. I always say, oh, I'm going to go to the beach and work. Right. So, I mean, the other day when I was out there, it was great. I got all my calls done. or not all of them, but I got most of them done. I got talked to 4 people, you know. Well, then I went surfing, right? Every reason to go surfing because it's what I love to do, this and that, the other thing. But what I realized is that when I go surfing, I do not take care of shit afterwards because
You're tired.
it's just like, you know, yeah, exactly. It's like, do it later, you know, do it later. So I need to have that in my life where I could be accountable to other people. Like if I go surfing, which is fine, and there's no reason not to go surfing, right? But now it's like, okay, I can't go surfing and then, you know, just blow away the rest of the afternoon sitting around, you know, watching the waves and watching the sun. You know, it's like if I'm accountable to Alan or Larry or Meg or anybody, I got to get my shit done, right?
Mhm.
So like I'm ready to go to that next level right now. I'm not where I don't like where I'm at right now. I'm like I want to be okay, Larry, take it easy, buddy. Thank you. I want
Thanks.
to I want to be yeah, sure. I want to be able to you know, like I don't think any one of us are happy where we're at, right?
Yeah. There's
So
always room for growth. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
you know, I think that there's
I
so
think
I'd like to set up a thing where we, you know, let's just think about it, talk, you know, we'll have on Tuesday or whatever, like we could go over the weekend and let's put a system in place where we can be accountable to each other to take care of the details, right?
um yeah, I think that's my idea. We stop 5 minutes before and
Uh-huh.
do a round robin, or do like a round around the club and be like, hey, who got a contract today? You know, and then we pick everybody's names and then we send a text to everybody towards, like 3 p.m. or so,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
in 5 hours.
that sounds good. I like it. Um, yeah, so there's, oh wait, I did want to do this Justin thing real quick. Shit. Video that he did today about has everything to do with this exact thing that we're talking about. So um yeah, so I want to put together something that we could really be, you know, so the call lab too, which is great. And I wanted to keep it, you know, uh make sure that we're doing we're moving forward, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, maybe each week we have a goal for the call lab to work on getting off the phone in 3 minutes, right? Like we have a start. Okay, then the next one is go through the go through the you know, the closing part, whatever that is, part of it, you know, like just step by step by step by step. And I'm gonna do something because right now I have I talked a little bit about this the other day, but there's 12 steps are in my life right now. So I'm gonna make Justin's thing into a 12-step program. So the
Nice. 12 steps of Mark.
12 steps of Mark. Yeah. So basically we already have 11. So we just need to do one more. I have to figure out what that last one is, either getting the contract signed or, you know, the 12th step in the regular program is helping other people out. Right. So that wouldn't be a bad part of putting that into something else too. So and another thing, I know I talked about this before, and Alan, I know you've taken this full on, is you know, making sure that we're working on ourselves, you know, harder than we work on our business. So like whatever it is, reading, you know, I mean, Justin talks about how much he reads all the time. He's always reading something. It doesn't have to be reading, it could be, you know, audiobook or whatever. And so I would like to be able to put out there between us what what is it that we're reading or that's affecting us or that's helping us in our life. And it could be a money thing, it could be you know, some sort of personal growth thing, business, you know, all those things, you know, that are going to help us grow, right? Because if we get better, then our business is going to get better, 100%. So, and it's so easy to get caught up. I do this shit all the time. Oh shit, I'm going to work 12 hours today on my business. Well, I didn't work on myself at all, and then my business suffered, right? So,
I'm ready now. Winning the war in your mind.
oh, really? That sounds good. Because
Yeah,
I deal with that all the time, dude.
yeah.
All the time. So
You
what is
should
that
try.
like? Is that talk
It's
about like the subconscious mind and stuff like that too, or?
yeah, but it's a spiritual book, so
Uh-huh.
it's good. I mean, I really like it though. Um, I struggle with that too. You know, sometimes you gotta be able to, you know, tell the voice to shut up
Absolutely.
and
Yeah, I
yeah.
was reading this book recently that has a lot to do with that too. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like so crazy. So it's talking about, you know, your mind is you're constantly thinking and you're constantly talking to yourself. And what you need to do is you need to get outside of you talking to yourself and watch yourself talk to yourself. I know that's like crazy. Like, how can you even think about that? But just paying attention to the what it is you're thinking about, you know, and talking to yourself about, because probably 80% of the stuff that we talk to ourselves about is not good, you know. It's about, you know, well, one of the things that on that thing that Justin talked about today in his daily thing was like being in the past, right? Like really trying to. I just saw this really great thing. I love this guy, Wayne Dyer. He's freaking awesome. He's a spiritual guy. Look him up sometime. He's got all kinds of great stuff. But anyway, he was talking about giving up your past, you know, like just like, you know, because I'm kind of going through this too, not myself, but, you know, just like giving up drinking, you know, giving up your past. Like if you're in your past all the time, it's like you got to give it up, right? Because
Yeah.
what can the past do for you? It can't do anything for you, right?
Right.
Just
Right.
so, you know, to just be like where you are now and work towards what it is that you want to do, and you know, all those things. So
Yeah. So
um,
how do you set up your reading, Mark? Do you try to read like um a mindset book or growth or real estate book each month, or how do you do it?
well,
I go like and I go like in between. Like the way I do it is, okay, what do I need to learn right now? Right. And I what do I feel like reading? So I might go through a couple of chapters or in the front of the book, and then I'll just pick on it. Like right now I'm feeling like my next calling of to read a book would be maybe a finance book or something, you know.
sure,
Like
sure.
there's a book called How the Economy Works or something like that. So I'm gonna read that.
Well, so for me, I read most of the books that I read are like not necessarily some business books, but mostly personal growth type stuff, you know. So the book that I'm reading right now is the Power. Hang on a second. It's an amazing book. I
The
mean,
Power of Now.
I cannot recommend this book enough.
The Power of
Well,
Now.
a couple different ones. I'm reading The Power of the Subconscious Mind. It's an old
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
Just incredible book, though. I mean, it is beyond incredible. And then another book that I'm reading, which I absolutely love. I would recommend this book. It is so freaking awesome. It's even better to listen to, but it's called. So this girl, her name's Jen Sincero, and she wrote "You Are a Badass." That's the book that she wrote, but it's and I think she's from New Jersey too, actually. You Are a Badass at Making Money.
Yeah.
My God, dude, I've listened to that book like 10 times. She's so funny. But it's got so much great stuff in there as far as you know, like life stuff too, not just money, you know, but just like how your mind works and how people are around, you know, like what you've been through in your life. Like you have these things that have started from when you were little, you know, on how you think about money and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, so like that's kind of like I don't ever read stuff that's necessarily that's like I probably should, but don't read a lot of like just regular books that are, like what would, like Harry Potter or any of that stuff, like that's not my thing.
Yeah, I don't read that
I
either.
like to learn. I really love to learn. Like I love learning. Like I was thinking about this because it's been a crazy couple months for me, but I was thinking about like, what is it that, fulfills my life? Like what are the things that I love to do more than anything else, right? One of them is surfing for sure. Like if I could do anything, that would probably be what I would do first.
Snowboarding.
No, I'm not much of a snowboarder. I used to ski a lot. I snowboarded a little bit, but snowboarding's too hard. Skiing's more fun for me. Learning is number two, probably. I love to learn, and I love being in social situations, like being able to do stuff like this with you guys and everything. Like where I can help people and all that other stuff. So, those are like the three main things. Those are the things that make me feel good in life. So it's like, okay, well, why don't I design my life around those things so that I could do those, and they're all like passions too. So it's like, okay, might as well be 100% committed to the things that I'm super passionate. And, obviously there's other things, I love my kids. I love, hanging out with them, and, I have great relationships already with them, and, I'm partners with one of them. So it's like, that's all pretty cool too. My parents are still around. I'm super lucky there. So I get to get to hang out with them all the time. They're great people. So, but just like living an adventure, right? Like living an adventure. So that's pretty much what I do, but it's so easy to get caught up in the, the day-to-day bullshit that you just don't, you're not able to, really appreciate all those other things. So, so anyway, yeah, the books kind of go all over the place, but most of my books are personal growth. And I do like to read, I like to watch a ton of YouTube videos though. I mean, every morning I get up, 5:30 or 6 and probably watch a half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour of YouTube videos of all different stuff. I mean, I love Gary Vee. I know, Mag's got a picture of himself with him, but but I love him. Like I listened to some stuff today with him. He's just so freaking to the point, like
Yeah,
just to
it's
the
awesome.
point. So, and shit, I mean, the guy's got it. He talks about all the time about like how grateful he is. How
Yeah.
grateful every day he gets to wake up. And and his parents are still alive. And, he gets to do what he wants to do every day. All that stuff. So those are all pretty cool things. So yeah, those are. I would really recommend listening to that Justin video that he did today. I can't seem to bring it up right now. But the other thing, and I know I've talked about this before, especially when we were doing the small group with Alan and Sandra and all that stuff. But like, what is it that's really getting us up in the morning? Like, well, let me ask you this: when do you guys use an alarm clock? Anybody?
Yeah.
My kid,
Yeah.
my kid
Huh?
wakes us up.
Yeah, he's
I
your
just-
alarm clock for sure. um, yeah, I don't use an alarm clock, but I get up every day at 5:30 because I'm freaking stoked to get up for the day, right? Because I have, not every day is great, but pretty lucky that shit, dude, it's like what 10:24 in the morning out here, and I'm like doing this. I used to be in construction, and man,
How long ago did you transition, Mark?
I was like 50-50 in, well, 2003, I ventured off, but then I went back into it after I crashed and burned in the late 2000s.
Mhm.
So I kind of like, sort of like, I had one foot into real estate and one foot into construction. I was using construction as the fallback, so So that pretty much happened until like about a year ago. I finally just said, you know what, I'm not doing it anymore. It's just,
Mm.
I don't know. I don't like it. There's so much ego in that industry, and just, there's a lot of things I don't like about it. I like the physicality of it, and I like to do stuff with my hands and stuff like that. But I like building houses. I
So,
built a couple
so you
tiny
you you
houses.
you've done rehabs and stuff yourself.
Yeah, tons of them. Yeah.
Oh.
So, there's like I had a great time building the tiny houses. That was super fun, because my first one, like I designed the whole thing. I did everything on my own. It was my basically it's when I was going through my divorce, it was my therapy as opposed to, paying somebody $90 an hour to go talk to them. I would go and work on my tiny house.
Yeah.
So, it was a good way to get my mind
To
off
get
of
your
stuff.
mind off.
Yeah, because there was so much to think about too, so, and I was doing physical stuff and, all that stuff. So it was all good,
Mhm.
but yeah, so I've been out of construction probably like 9 months altogether. Like I haven't even done anything in construction in like 9 months.
Mhm.
So, so that's good. So, and I've changed my business from the way I used to do it. Like I just keeping it super simple, but I'm not where I want to be, obviously. So that's where I want this whole accountability thing to come into to play, So,
Right.
because like if we look at it this way, so where do we want to be a year from now? Right. So let's just think about that for a minute. Where do you want to be in a year from now? Like really think about where that is. I mean, if you can, and this goes back to that same video about Justin that he did today. The visualization of what that is like, right? So a year from now, where would we want to be? And then let's reverse engineer that, right? Let's say, okay, I want to have such and such amount of money. I want to live in a different place. I want to, be healthy. Well, all the things, not just business, but just life in general. It's basically you're going to have health. Should always be number one, because if you're not healthy, you're not able to do anything. Then you can go family or relationships. What do you want those relationships to be like? Then you can go business. Okay, how your business or financial, basically, those two things kind of run together. Like where do you see yourself in a year from now? So like on July 15th, 2022, where are we? Right. And then whatever it is. So it could be those are probably the three most important things, and then you have your spiritual, whatever that may be for you, is always important, and then family too, of course, is in that relationships. So so I mean, like, let's think about that, right? Where do we want to be? Let's the three of us, because we're the only three on the call right now. We don't have to do this now, but next week, let's see. Let's like put out there. I'll give you guys what I want, where I want to be. You guys give me where you want to be 1 year from now. Okay. And then let's reverse engineer it and figure out exactly what we need to do to get to that place together.
Mhm.
You guys up for that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, sir. Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
Okay. Okay, what else do I got? I know this has nothing to do with real estate today, but I figured, every once in a while. So yeah, the other part that I wanted to, when I talk about those three things that make me feel full in life, like what are your passions, right? What are you really passionate about? Like, what do you feel in your heart like makes you feel good, right? A lot of people talk about, oh yeah, I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. Happy's a tough thing because you got so many different things that come in, but what makes you feel good? Like if I do this, I really feel good. So like, I think we were talking about that. Someone was talking, I think it was a Claude thing last week where he was talking about, how good does it feel when you when you get a check, right? You know, when you're able, and that does feel good. Believe me, it's great. There's no doubt about it. So, you know, what do we need to do to get more checks? Right? Get more checks. So, no, I don't know. What you guys got? Anything you want to add to any of that, or?
Yeah, I mean, these are great points. I think the visualization will certainly guide and steer
Yeah.
where the wagon needs to go. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been on the reading because I feel like back then when I was in the paralysis mode, that's all I did was read, and I thought I
Yeah.
had to read everything in order to do something. So I
Right.
kind of laid off on the reading, the books. But yeah, but I do what do you call this? I do have like this daily thing where like it's called living faith, and every day there's like a outline of excerpts of scripture, and there's like a paragraph of how it relates to it and how it relates to your life. So that for me is how I try to start my day if the kid isn't too disruptive.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have been through that, so I know how you feel about that. I had two of them, so you know that it's.
Mhm.
I think it's so important to be able to take whatever you need to do. If it means you need to get up earlier or stay up later or whatever, to have like, you know, I think Tony Robbins talks about it. You know, like your hour of power. You know, and it doesn't have to be an hour of power. It could be a half hour of power or 10 minutes of power. But like to take, like everybody should take an hour a day for themselves, right? Like to feel
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
you know, and whatever that is, if it's, you know, exercising or reading or listening to stuff or whatever it may be. I think everybody should do that because it's just going to make you better. It's going to make you a better person. Going to make you a better father. Going to make you a better, you know, husband or boyfriend. You know, and you'll just feel better in general. And that's another part of being accountable. Like, you know, I'm going to call Connor out on his shit because we're supposed to play basketball at 6:30 in the morning every day, and he's already missed 2 days this week. You know, so you know, I mean, he can wake up. So he's supposed to be there at 7 today. We're going to go at 7. He can wake up at 10 minutes to 7 and be at the gym. You know, and I have to drive. Takes me 25 minutes to get there. So he has no excuse. I'm going after his shit now. So, so did you guys get that Facebook
Go
thing?
get him, Tiger.
Did you get the Facebook thing? It's in the
Yeah.
chat right now. I don't know if you guys can download that.
Yeah, I downloaded it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch
I
it.
got it
after
too. I got it.
sharing.
All right, good. All right, we got Vernon.
It's only a 5-minute video, right, Mark?
It's probably a little bit longer. He did it on Zoom, so I am not sure what the. I haven't watched it yet because he did it for me. So I got
That's
got
why
cheated.
you showed me the basketball.
Yeah. So I'll give him a break about the gym. So, yeah. So let's reverse engineer where we want to be in a year. All right. Does that sound good?
No
You guys
doubt.
up for that? You guys up for that challenge?
No doubt.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to spend some time this weekend. Getting that together. So, Vernon, what's up, buddy? Okay. You guys want to make any more calls? I still have. I got to talk to 3 more sellers.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Cool. Hey, dude. Good to see you, man.
What's up, Vern?
Okay. All right. If anybody wants to go ahead. I got to get my shit together, per se.
dialing.
Hi, this is Christine.
Christine, this is Alan. I'm probably too late. The house must be sold already, right?
No,
Oh, must be my lucky day. I saw the place
it is
online.
your lucky.
I saw the place online, and I'm interested. Wanted to reach out and ask you some questions, if that's okay with you. You could ask.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You could ask me questions. If I could get enough information, I'd love to make an offer today. If it doesn't work for you, you don't have to think about it. You can just tell me no and fire me, and I'll be out of your hair.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Thank you. Christine, this looks like everything you could ever want in a place. I mean, how long have you owned it, and what's got you wanting to let it go all of a sudden?
You know what? So it's actually my parents, and my parents are going to reside permanently in Florida.
Good for
And
them.
my husband and I were actually going to purchase it, and my husband has been working over about 3 hours away, and we decided that we have a home at Crystal, and we decided we really don't need to.
Gotcha. Well, it's from your parents. Maybe you want to hold on to it, keep it in the family, and hand it down to the future generations.
No. Everyone's moving. My brother moved to Florida. He relocated his entire family to Florida,
Wow.
and I live on a lake, and my sister lives on a lake.
Wow. Okay, that explains the Florida exodus. Okay. Well,
Correct.
well, Christine, let me ask you this. I mean, this place looks lovely. I mean, have you considered listing it with Realtor? I mean, it looks like you could fetch top dollar for it.
Impressão.
You know, we
Você quer
talked about
fazer,
it, but I've actually
amor,
done property
nessas
management
horas
for 30 years, so I'm
Isso não
Ah,
fala.
okay.
never worried about it. We're in a great location. I'm from this
Gotcha.
area. I take care of a certain law here in town, and have for quite some time. So I'm pretty familiar with
Oh,
the
okay.
market, the housing market, commercial market, all of that.
Oh, glad to be speaking to a professional in the market. Let me ask you this. Did you happen, you're asking for 275. How did you arrive at that? Did you happen to get it professionally appraised?
We did not get it appraised, but we did a market analysis.
Gotcha. And you mentioned you do property management. I mean, any reason why you wouldn't just rent this out and collect some passive income for the mom and dad?
You know what? No, my parents want to do some things to their home in Florida, and so it's just going to be easier to, and I don't want to do the maintenance
Oh,
and all that
okay.
fun stuff.
Fair enough. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know where you guys are at as far as the time frame's concerned. I'm kind of in a hurry to pick up my next investment property as soon as this week, if not today. I mean, what would we need to do to get this moving today? Is there anything that would work that's either cash or terms, or if none of that works, Christine, you can just tell me to get lost.
No. It's, yes, ideally we would like to do a cash sale. We actually, I'm in the process of building a full barn, so the furniture in here is a little bit scarce because I'm selling my parents' furniture because they don't need it.
Yes,
So
yes.
we need to get some of their personal items out from the lower level, and then my furniture will be moved in the next couple weeks to Crystal.
Okay, I understand that. So there's a bit of few weeks of lag here that would need to happen in order for this to be
Not necessarily. I mean,
Gotcha.
if I needed to, then I should just get a storage unit.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, I mean, what type of solution are you and your parents looking for out of the house? Like, I know your parents is looking to do something with their house in Florida. So, I mean, how much would they need out of it in order for us to move forward?
I think they're looking for a full price offer.
Full price offer. Okay,
Full
well,
price. Mhm.
okay. I mean, is that the best we could do if we could do it quickly and I shoulder the closing costs?
I guess you tell me what you're.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the full price offer is gonna be tight for me on an all-out cash offer. So I'm not even gonna broach that because I mean this thing is so pristine that it doesn't even make sense to go there. But well, I mean, before I go, I mean, if I could get you the full price offer, I mean, you guys wouldn't be open to doing anything with terms, or are you?
Probably not. My parents are in their 70s, and that's just, you know what, that's kind of out of their realm.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'd have to buy it at a profit, and I just don't see how I could do it close to full price. And if we can't do it terms at full price, I mean that's all I got for now. And I do have to call on other houses. And I appreciate your time, Christine. I have to go now.
Okay.
All right, bye for now.
Babe. Nice job. Way to get off.
Too long, 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's okay. We're learning. All right, I'm going.
Hello, this is Josh.
Hey, Josh, it's Mark. I was giving you a call about the place on Highland Drive.
Hey, what's up, brother?
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good, good. Did you get it sold or?
So I had an offer on it, but it fell through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How come?
So I feel like that's been the story of my life so far.
Oh, dude.
Or at least
I'm sorry to hear that.
last couple of weeks. Yeah, it's crazy.
What was the problem? What's been the challenge, do you think?
Just the buyers that have came, all of
Uh-huh.
them haven't been as qualified as needed. And whenever they go, whether it's because of more money or, you know, trying to go through the approval process on their loan, that it's fell through on their end every time. We've never even gotten to a home inspection.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, it looks like the place is
I
pretty
know.
awesome. I mean, it's doesn't look like it even needs to be inspected, huh? Probably.
No, it doesn't. I've kept up with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything's really nice in there. So
So you're not open to anything creative, are you? If we were to do like a full price, give you your full price, maybe make payments for a little while on it, then pay you off in like a year, 18 months, something like that.
oh no, I'm not really interested in that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What about like cash? If we were to do a cash deal, close right away.
Yeah, we could possibly do something like that. Yeah, it depends what the offer is and everything like that.
Yeah. How did you get that 275? Did you guys get it appraised or?
Yeah, so I had it appraised, and then I also had some realtors come by, and it's actually like 5,000 over appraisal
Okay.
right now, but that's kind of the plan,
Right.
is being somewhere around there, or at least close to appraisal.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'd be able to do that. But well, anyway, Josh, hey, listen, I appreciate you taking the call. I'll just kind of keep an eye on it, follow up with you maybe if nothing's happened in the next month or so. Does that sound all right?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, man.
Thanks for the call.
All right. Bye.
Well, that didn't take me 3 minutes. So Vernon, what are you working on, buddy? I want to know. What do you got going?
Yeah, I got deals not falling through, man.
What's that?
Said I got deals not going through. I got deals slipping through my fingers.
Yeah, it's funny. We were all kind of talking about that earlier a little bit. What do you think the biggest challenge is with that? What's going on there? How can we pinpoint it to make that doesn't happen? That's what we're trying to figure out.
I think I got to qualify better. I think I got to really
Make sure they're
qualifying better and getting the commitment.
Yeah, the commitment's huge. You know, I always kind of put that off as not a big deal, but Yeah, it's pretty big. You really do got to get them to commit, you know? So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I got a pretty good one on the contract yesterday, so we'll see how that goes. And then this other one in North Carolina, I'm working on lease options. So I'm with you. Uh, the other thing I really like that's been helping me out quite a bit is I doing this to show you this
Say
thing.
that one more time.
Well, I've been really leading with what Justin talks about, doing the A leads, B leads, C lead thing, like getting the
Okay.
getting the
I see.
well, let me show you here. So like, these are some of these are this is a little bit old, so but only dealing with the A and the B leads, right? Just getting rid of the C leads. So we've been working pretty good. We've been doing pretty good on the call lab of everybody like trying to get off the phone in 3 minutes too,
Mhm.
I think it's helped a lot.
You're primarily doing Zillow?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I'm doing right now. So
Same.
I did get doing some stuff with Corey on some lots, but we haven't really got anything happening yet on that. So, but I was
So you're really working at REI Reply.
yeah, I figured some of the stuff out on my own, like this whole pipeline thing. So I set the pipeline up to where I have like A leads, B leads, C leads, So this is an older, like a month ago, probably even more than a month ago scrape. So I changed it up and, all the replied ones come in here and then I just got to go through them and see if it's pretty similar to the Trello thing. So kind of like that setup. But yeah, I know you talked about it before. What a big
You
learning
just cold calling or you texting?
text. Yeah. Texting. So my text is basically, hey, I saw your place on Zillow. Are you flexible in price or terms? I have money down. That's my lead in text. So, so that's basically it, not, so I get a lot of replies there, it's like, they're not all yeses, yes or maybe, like just people, yeah, I might be a little flexible. I don't know. I kind of want to try a different lead in text. What do you use? Like, what's your first text that you send out?
Oh, hold up. I got a whole list of different texts that I sent out because I use not call tools, but Smarter Contact. So, and I do the real angry people, pre-foreclosures and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, get a lot of FUs and
yeah.
Where's your mother and all that kind of stuff.
That's brutal.
But
just
I
out
think I
of
might try
curiosity, are these people from New Jersey?
primarily New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Well,
primarily New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
It was funny because
Or I do get replies back. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying the other day, Connor and I were talking about that because I've been doing some stuff in Oregon, right? People, I mean, they're a little nicer than California, but not much. So, and I mean, New Jersey's a different level than California even. So, the color's like, well, shit, man, I don't want to freaking talk to these people, that are all mad at me. So he's been doing the Midwest and like where is he at? Kansas and stuff like that. So, to try to.
I love talking to people from Alabama, though.
Yeah, I tell you, dude, the South. I push the South a lot. I love the South. North Carolina is great. South Carolina, it's a pretty tough market, but where else?
Wherever there's like rush hour traffic, man, the people are like,
Yeah,
that's
angry.
what I realized. But yep. But out there where there's more space, it's like, oh.
Yeah, well, it's just like this. So I was talking to somebody last week. They're, oh yeah, we live like about 45 minutes from town. I'm all, how far is that? He's, oh, it's about 40 miles. Well, dude, it takes me 40 minutes to get across town, like just to get to the other side of town where I'm at, in the afternoon. So you're driving 40 minutes and 45 minutes. You're driving 40 miles in 45 minutes or whatever. And, I'm driving 4 miles in 40 minutes. So kind of brutal, but that's all good. So, all right. Anybody else got any other thing and want to make another call? What do you guys want to do? It's we've been going for quite a while, so we could probably wrap it up right now and get on our stuff. All right, cool. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you so much for being on. I love you guys. You're the best. So
thanks for doing this.
Tuesday, let's do our reverse engineer year goal, where we want to be. Vernon, you're more than welcome to get in on that too if you want to. Like where we want
to. Time?
Well, we're going to put together a thing where we want to be a year from now exactly. So from a business standpoint, and then we'll going to reverse engineer it so we know exactly what we need to do to get there.
Okay, when are you going to do that?
We'll do it on Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah. Tuesday on the call lab. I may change the call lab to start at 8:30 going forward too. I haven't decided 100%. Hopefully that doesn't screw people up, but it would help me out because I'd like to get to the gym at 6:30 and it's pushing me to get back in time to
You'll start it at like 6 a.m.
Tuesday at 8:30 at your time?
Yeah, well, we'll just go Tuesday at 8 my time. Yeah. Tuesday at 8, but I might change it the week after next, just starting at 8:30, going from 8:30 to close to 10. So for the call labs and stuff. So anyway, all right, guys, love you. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you all soon.